Hi there, and welcome to another screencast of ScoreFlash. This one is about working with GUISkins, GUIStyles, and fonts. It's a very simple one. I'm just gonna create a new scene and change the color to make it a little darker. And the first thing that you'll see here, this is a new feature in version 2 of ScoreFlash. You can create objects like ScoreFlash Manager and ScoreFlash instances right from the menu. I'm gonna do that right now. And then I can create my first instance right here below that object. You could still just have a single instance, which is much simpler, but for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm gonna use 2 ScoreFlash instances a little bit later. The first thing you see here is that ScoreFlash asks you to assign a GUIskin, which usually you'll already have in your project, at least when you use Unity GUI. If you don't use Unity GUI, you probably won't have GUISkins, but if you do, you can reuse them. You don't have to create new GUISkins just for ScoreFlash. So in my case, I don't have one, so I'm gonna create one and call it my GUIskin and assign it here. And now I get a different error message that tells me custom style ScoreFlash is missing in your GUIskin. There's a button, help me please, that'll take you to the documentation, and eventually it will take you to the screencast you're watching right now. But I'm just going to explain you why this is happening. ScoreFlash looks for a GUI style called ScoreFlash in the GUIskin. And since this is a new GUIskin and I haven't added it yet, it's not there. You could also now in version 2 have different names. You could even use any of the default GUI styles, which however I don't really recommend. So I'd still go with the ScoreFlash, even though you get this error message and you have to add it. The advantage is that usually you'll have some default font, and for the labels you'll have a default font size, and probably this is not the kind of font you want to use for ScoreFlash, because usually you will probably want something big and fancy. But if you want to have the same font as in label, yeah, this is possible now. So I'm going to create the custom style. This is here under custom styles. The name is ScoreFlash. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna assign some font. For the sake of simplicity, I use the one that I already have. Eraser regular 50. Put that here in the font slot. And aside of that, I don't really have to make any changes. Here's ScoreFlash. And you see the error message is now gone. If I change the name to something else, I'm going to get the error message again. But usually I can keep this. When I have auto-generate messages on, I can simply hit play. And it should just work with the default settings. And if you don't have a GUIskin assigned for some funny reason, I'm going to show you what you're going to see. You will get a message in the console. Actually, you're gonna get 2 messages, and it tells you that you're missing the GUIskin. And if you have the GUIskin, but the GUI style is not available, you get another message. That's like if you miss that information that something's wrong here, you get another message. And it tells you that the custom style here is missing. And again, you'll usually get the object pinged when you click the message that is affected. So I'm going to fix this here and make sure that the messages are deleted. And now I'll show you what the purpose of this new name of GUI style property is, because you might want to have multiple instances of ScoreFlash, and maybe you don't want to have to create multiple skins to be able to use different fonts, for instance, like maybe different font sizes. So I will create a new version of this eraser regular here. And with font size 80, I have to change that here as well. Apply. And then I will change this to ScoreFlash small and have another one called ScoreFlash large. And I have to make sure that I'm also using the font here, so I'm going to pull that here right in. And now I'm getting that dreaded message again. First I'm going to duplicate this. Oh, actually, sorry. I want to show you this great feature because you have duplicate right here. And then I will rename that to ScoreFlash large and ScoreFlash small. And I'm not enforcing this, but I highly recommend that if you do this, if you use different custom styles for different ScoreFlash instances, I strongly recommend that you use the same names here for the game objects, because that's how you look those instances up. And here in the custom styles, because that just makes things easier and it's more difficult to make mistakes there. So now I just have to make sure that I'm going to use the large one in here. I can select that from this list. And the small one here, I have to first change it to large and small because it doesn't, I mean, I could also type that in here. It's not so difficult. And auto-generate messages is on for both. So if I hit play, I should see. Okay, I don't see that much because they are appearing in the same place. So I'm going to put the large ones on the bottom and I'm going to keep the small ones in the middle. And here we go. We got what we wanted. And you could use different fonts or whatever you want. I think that's making it a lot more flexible. So thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoy using ScoreFlash. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Unity forum posting on ScoreFlash.